Hey everybody, I thought I'd make a video here today about day trading. Day trading because we all want to make money, right? And we all want to do things that will provide us a life of fortune, fame, and the like. Not really, not really. So I think a lot of us, we go into things thinking that it'll work out, right? We go into businesses, we go into relationships, marriages, friendships, jobs, houses. We go into things thinking that they'll work out, right? Um, and more times than not, they don't. And I'm here to tell you today, this is why I created this video. This is for people, this is for the people. This is for the people out there who have lost money, particularly in day trading, like I have. I've been day trading off and on for the past 5 years. I started in the height of the pandemic. Actually, at the start of the pandemic, it was when I started. And for those of you who may know Ross Cameron, he teaches a course and he has a huge following, a huge platform on warriortrading.com. He has scanners, he's got news, halt scanners, he's got a community, he's got a blog, pretty much the whole shebang. Like he's running this whole operation. He's a multi-million dollar day trader. He's made, I think, $16 million this year as of 2025. I watched one of his videos the other day on how much he made, and I was looking at my wife, and my wife was just like, he just makes me so sick. And he trades on his vacations. Like, why would you go trade on a vacation when you've got all the money that you would ever need for the rest of your life and maybe your next life if you're here on Earth? And like, why? Enjoy your vacation in the Maldives, enjoy your vacation in Croatia or the Czech Republic or wherever you go, on the beach somewhere, in the Caribbean. Why day trade? And it got to me thinking, this isn't about day trading, it's about greed. And I'm not saying Ross Cameron is greedy. I love Ross. Ross, if you're watching this, kudos to you. Thank you for teaching me how to day trade. I couldn't have day traded without you. I couldn't have learned this on my own. I mean, I probably could have watched tons of other YouTube, but you're legit. You're the person to go to if you want to learn. But there's also other people you can go to as well. And that's what I want to get at, because like, I'm just going to be blunt with you all. I'm going to be open, I haven't been as successful as I would like in day trading. I was profitable in 2024. And just to give you all a background, Ross Cameron is a day trader. He's made millions of dollars day trading momentum stocks, small cap stocks, anywhere from $2 to $20. And the way he trades is simple. He wakes up every day, he trades pre-market now. He used to trade actually at the open during the pandemic, and a couple years ago, he started trading at the open. I think it was probably last year he started trading pre-market in 2024. And something happened. I think there was a shift.
Not there.
Sorry, my Jambox went off my Bluetooth speaker. I think there was a shift in his style of trading and his strategy, where something must have happened in 2023 and 2024 where he got burned or something, and so he no longer trades the open. And I think it's because a lot of these hyper scalpers have come in and they've created this chop in the market where they're constantly buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, trading thousands of shares a day. Lots of buy orders, lots of sell orders, lots of fills, just insane amount of liquidity. And it's kind of ruined his strategy. And I think that he now trades pre-market because of that. And it's kind of funny because like, this is a pure example of when you teach somebody how to fish, like they're going to basically be your own competition. And that's essentially what Ross has done is, he's traded for so long that the very thing that he knows how to do, he shared that with the world. He shared that and brought in a community and created a community, and that community kind of sort of became his competition. And like, that's where he's at now, I think, is where there's people who now have been successful trading and learning this, and they're now his competition. Because this is something I want to tell you all. This is a zero-sum game. So day trading is a zero-sum game. So that means somebody has to lose in order for you to win. And I'm probably going to make a video on this later on, but think about that. Okay? You have to lose in order for this guy over here to win his money. this guy over here has got to lose in order for you to make your money. Now, let that sink in for a minute. Let's have a moment of silence, because we oftentimes, as day traders trading stocks, and I'm referring to small cap stocks here. I'm not referring to the Facebooks, the Metas, the Snapchat, the Microsoft, Google. I'm not referring to the big caps, large cap stocks. I'm referring to the small caps, the little guys who have momentum during the day, from any time during pre-market to after hours to the close of the day of the market bell. And these stocks are anywhere from $2 to $20. They trade on high volatility. They're momentum stocks. They can go up really, really fast with short squeezes, and they can drop and they can flush really, really fast, which I've seen, which I'm going to talk about in a moment here. And you can get burned, guys. You can get really, really burned, and I've gotten burned bad. And guys, I'm here to tell you, I'm not profitable this year. I've lost all my money. I lost in the past couple of years that I made, if there even was any money. And I've essentially, I've gone into the market thinking that I would come on top. But you have to understand here that in order to come on top, you have to stomp on the guy that's behind you in order for you to get ahead. Because without that person propping up the stock, without that person buying in order for you to sell your shares to him so you can make a profit, then without that, we have no market. And that's what they fail to tell you in all these courses, and especially with Warrior Trading with Ross Cameron, is, you know, a lot of you guys here in his community, you're giving him your money. You're essentially giving him your money when you trade. He's buying at the low, selling high, or he's buying high, selling higher, whatever his strategy is at the moment. He might not even be trading the way he actually trades when he's in those live feeds. And so I'm not bashing Ross. Once again, Ross, thank you for showing me about the stock market, show me how to trade, teach me how to day trade and all that. But I'm still not profitable, and I want my money back. Raise your hand. I want my money. Who wants their money back? I want my refund back. I never got a refund. I say, whoever buys, you know, this course, send over your P&L for that year. If you're not profitable, I want my money back. Because, like, this guy's a multi-million-dollar, he's a millionaire. Ross, he could take his money, he could liquidate his account right now, his cash account, his IRA, he could just liquidate it all right now, pay the taxes on it. He could go buy property with it. He could stock it up in gold. He could buy more real estate. He could invest in other businesses, and he would be fine for the rest of his life. He could take care of his family, his wife, his dog June. He could have, and kudos to June. If you know, you know. Hi June, I hope you're doing good. I miss June. I miss Ross streaming with June. I remember he was, you know, streaming. I think he was in his, like, his side bungalow or something. Like, he was in his house and there was like a porch or like a window there, and he would always sit by the door and he'd like reach over and he'd let June in, and he'd show sometimes June running around the backyard and she'd be chasing squirrels and chipmunks and stuff. And I always thought that was funny during the pandemic, because we're all locked in at home, stuck at home, and Ross was killing it in 2020. And that was this first year that he was really making, you know, six figures. I think 2020 was the year that he finally kind of he went to to become a millionaire, I think, that year. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I want to go back to the lesson on zero sum trading. Zero sum, it's a zero sum game, because, you know, this is the reality. If you were lined up with a bunch of traders in a room, and you could take your pick and say, hey, I want this person, this person, this person to lose today, and I want this person, this person, this person to win today, who would it be? Essentially, that's what we're doing. We're in this giant community. We're on Zendu, we're on YouTube, we're watching these courses, we're watching these videos, we're in the chat rooms, and yet, guys, gals, you know, we're killing each other, we're destroying each other. Yet this is it's like the double-edged sword, you know, it's the flip side to the coin. Like, you can't have one without the other. With trading, you got to have somebody who loses in order for that person to win. And some people say, oh, it's an algo, it's an algorithm. You know, these companies, they buy stocks and you're just trading their shares and their float or whatever. It's like, no, 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 no. Like, the float is basically how much shares they have on the open market, whether it's 1 million or 20 million or 50 million or 500 million. You know, though that's the amount of shares that are traded during that time. It's called float rotation, and people are buying and selling those shares, like how much float they have per day, you know, per session and per company, whatever. And we're buying, and while you're buying, let's say at the low, you know, there's a short seller coming in and he's selling because he thinks that it's gonna like go down lower. But when you're buying, you're hoping that it goes up. And when there's more buyers than sellers, guess what that stock's gonna do? It's gonna go up. And that short seller is gonna get squeezed out. It's called a short squeeze, and they're gonna lose tons of money. And that's what essentially small caps are, is short squeezes. It's people who think that the stock should go down lower, but it doesn't for some odd reason. Whatever. I've always equated day trading as like somebody throws a piece of meat in an arena and everybody just like gobbles it up and goes after it like a bunch of zombies. And that's kind of what it is. It's kind of weird. And like that stock will shoot way up, like dollars per move. Like we're talking like stocks could go from like $2 to like $100 in a trading session in one day. And I've seen it happen. And I've seen them come all the way back down and people lose so much money, like life savings, guys. And this is what I want to get at here is like, if you decide to day trade, you're going to get burned. You are going to lose money. You're going to lose your hard-earned money. Like, guys, I'm sitting at my job. I'm wearing this safety vest. It looks like it's pink. I don't know if you all can see that. It looks pink because it's like fluorescent and the lights hitting it right now are different, but I'm wearing this safety vest. I'm at a job I don't want to be at. So I can be somewhere else doing something that I want to do. I chose to be here, but I have to make money somehow. I'm fortunate, I'm grateful, and I've said this before, I'm grateful to have a job, even though I don't like my job and certain aspects of the job. I'm grateful that I'm here because I know that as long as I show up and do my job, I'm gonna have a paycheck this week or next week. Every week I'm gonna have a paycheck. Every Friday I'm gonna have that money. I know exactly what I'm gonna earn, exactly what's gonna go to my bank account, and I can choose to do whatever I want with that money. I gotta pay my bills, I have responsibilities, but the rest of the money I get to keep goes to the things that I want to do, and one of those things is day trading. And guys, I've lost tons of money. I've lost thousands of dollars day trading. There, I said it. I've lost probably almost 5 figures day trading already. And that's like nothing for some day traders. That's like, some people lose that in a day, and they make it back up like in a week, or like in a few seconds. You know, they make it back up, and that's like nothing. That's the reality of day trading. And so for beginners out there, this video is for you as well. Like, really think hard about what you want to do, because day trading is really hard. It's risky. You may not want to go get a job. You know, I wasn't fortunate to have parents who just gave me money. Like Ross, his father passed away and handed him money, and that's how he got over PDT for the most part. If you read his story, I mean, he's mentioned this 100 times probably in all his live feeds or his courses. You know, his father unfortunately passed away, gave him money, and that's how he kind of made it. And like, I wasn't fortunate to have my parents give me a boatload of money. I had to work my ass off for the dollar. Okay, I'm on this yard, I'm in the trucking industry. I want to get out of the trucking industry. I want to start doing what I want to do. You know, I wasn't fortunate to have parents, you know, give me money. My grandma passed away. She gave me, I think it was like $2,000. I lost all that in the stock market. Then the very next month, I put that in an overseas trading account, CMEG. If you all are familiar with that, I lost all that money. That was the summer 2023. Terrible market, I think, summer 2023. But a lot of people made money. Ross probably made tons of money. I didn't. And I'm not here to bash Ross. Once again, Ross, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for putting yourself out there. Thank you for being transparent, for showing us the way, for showing us how to day trade. But there's always a big but. You know, some people are going to lose lots of money. Like me. You know, and I'm hoping, and you can't hope. You got to just do. Do or do not, there is no try. You know, like Yoda says. I mean, with day trading, it's like, you got to be certain. Because if that stock goes up and you don't hit that buy button, it's going to flush back down. And if you hit that buy button when it flushes down, you get caught in one of those algo flushes, you're fucked. And I've gotten caught in many algo flushes. I've been caught in big seller traps. I've been caught in big bull traps where it just flushes down on you and you're stuck in a hole and you lose hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I've been there. Raise your hand if you've been there. I've been there. It sucks ass. And this is for you guys, you know, be patient. I've been patient. I've been doing this since 2020. I'm still not profitable. Would I like to be profitable? Yes, I would like to be profitable. Will I be profitable? I believe yes, one day I will be profitable. It's a matter of tweaking your strategy. It's a matter of adapting. It's knowing the market at the time. Like this week sucked. I mean, I traded this stock the other day, flushed down on me. I'm like, you look at it and you're like, okay, really? The moment I get in, this thing flushes down on me. And then I see these other traders making thousands of dollars. I'm like, you just got lucky. You didn't have no strategy. You just got lucky. You hit that buy button, you held it for like 5 seconds, and it all of a sudden went up. Meanwhile, that guy, like myself, you know, we worked hard for our money. We worked hard on this yard. I was on this yard. I worked night shift. I worked 12-hour shifts. You know, I lost all that money within seconds. And you made money, more money than I could make in a month or a year within seconds, because you hit that buy button, because you got lucky. And don't tell me you had some strategy. Yeah, you had some strategy, but you know, your parents probably gave you money, or you know, you like, maybe you worked hard at a job. Kudos to you. But like, you know, a lot of this is luck. A lot of this isn't like you're some smart, outstanding person that you know like the ways of like the stock market and you know like everything that's gonna happen. No, a lot of it's just luck. You get in at a certain time and it goes up and you make tens of thousands of dollars and sometimes 6 figures in one day. You know, kudos to you, lucky you. But that guy over there, you stomped him down and he lost his life savings, and he may not be able to support his family, or he may not be able to feed his dog or cat for the week because you just demolished him in the stock market. And like, oh my god. So I want to wrap this up because it's going on way too long, almost 20 minutes here. Let's wrap it up. So if you're thinking about day trading, don't do it, but do it. Get in the simulator like Ross and all these gurus say. I don't like to call them gurus, but you know, they've made a platform out of their content and like the things that they're good at, and they've kind of built up that community to kind of support them. And that's what people are forgetting too, is like, you know, Ross has that advantage where he can stream to like thousands of Warrior Trading members. And he could say, I'm buying here. And all of a sudden, half those people, let's say there's like 50,000 people in his community who buy 500 shares. I mean, we're talking millions of shares being traded here. He's got that backing. He's got that support that can like raise that stock up. And that helps him too. You know, you're not all thinking about that either. And, you know, that's cool. I'm glad Ross created that community. I'm grateful for Ross, like I said. Thank you for teaching us, for showing us the way, for showing us the stock market, for building a platform and a community where we can go to every day to help us grow as a trader, to find that support. And I'm grateful for that. And I've seen people come and go, and I've seen people get burned, and I've seen people, you know, just get demolished from some of these stocks. And it's sad because they were just working class people. Some were just working class people, you know, like me. Like, I'm in the working class right now. I hate it. I hate my job. I don't want to be here. I want to day trade full time like Ross. I would love to do that. And you know, one day it's going to happen. One day I'm going to day trade full time and I'm going to get there. But for now, I want to talk about this because day trading, to sum it up, is a zero-sum game. Somebody has to lose in order for you to win. Just be mindful of that. Be grateful that you can day trade. Be grateful that you have a computer, that you have internet access. Some people in the world don't even have that, those basic necessities. That you have high-speed internet access, that you have these scanners, that you can look at these stocks that gap up, you know, 10, 20, 50% in a few minutes or hours. You know, be grateful for that. Be grateful that you know how to read a level 2 market data that can show you the price action and the time in sales and the data, and when institutional sellers come in and put big orders in to prop the stock up, and then when they don't, and when it flushes on you, you know. But I got into a stock, and during the pandemic, it was called KOSS, Costs, and I lost, I think it was up near $80. This is during the GameStop meme stock revolution, and I lost, I think, I lost like $800. That was my first big loss with real money. I think I went in like around $83 a share, and it was like, it dropped down to 79. I think I stopped out at like somewhere in the 60s, and I lost like $800. It was terrible. And I think I was only trading with like maybe 50 shares at the time, or 100 shares. It wasn't really a lot of shares. And I still trade. I don't trade even 500 shares now. I'm back to square one. And I've lost probably around $1,200 this year trading. I've been in the simulator. I've gone through the Warrior Trading Program. It's a great program. I highly recommend it. But like other things, there's a big but, you know, like be careful what you're doing. And, you know, just know that if you're a day trader out there, like myself, who's unprofitable, like last year I was profitable by a couple $100. Barely made it last year. And if you're out there and you're watching this, this is for you. This is for the guy out there who's at his job working nights. You know, he wants to be a day trader like myself, and I'm a day trader. I trade, and I'm not profitable this year. You might not be profitable either. Stick to it. There's hope. You know, stick to it. Keep learning, keep growing, track your trades, record your trades. I started recording my trades as well, and I think that's going to help. But a lot of these guys, you know, they're in those communities, and they give motivation, and they give kind of like a hope, I guess, for us other guys who are losing. You know, we seem to constantly be beat down by this market, and sometimes it's not really another trader. Sometimes it's just the market. But what is the market? It's traders like you and me. It's thousands, millions of traders around the world trading this. And so, you know, just be mindful what you're doing out there and keep at it. And I'll say it one more time, thank you, Ross, if you're watching this. If you want to trade like him, it's difficult. He has a different strategy. I can't explain right now. I might do it in another video, but he likes to add two positions when he's up, and then he'll set a stop limit. He'll set a stop loss at a certain point after the stock is gapped up a certain percentage or a certain point after his entry. And then you got the hyper scalpers, you know, who create choppiness, and I scalp. I like the 5-minute pullback to the 9 EMA. I like when that kind of works in my favor. I think that's a very low risk, high reward setup. But I'm gonna get off of here now because I've been talking too long. I'm at work and I don't want to be here, and I just thought I'd create this video because, you know, there's a lot of people out there like you and me, you know, who are trying to day trade, who want to do this for a living, and they're stuck at their dead-end job. They don't like their job, but yet they make that weekly paycheck that helps to fund that trading account or their lifestyle, or pays the bills, you know, pays rent. And I'm there with you, you know. Kudos to you for putting yourself out there. And there's hope for you. Just keep going at it. If you lost tons of money like I have, find a community, find support.